I buy cheap filament now, not because I don't care about quality, because I tested it. Different filaments, various prices, same settings, same parts. The trick is straightforward. Linear actuator pulls a scale, the scale pulls a hook. The hook tears the part apart. The number on the scale when it fails is the result. Test 1. Tensile. This dogbone has a 4x4mm waist. I pull it apart along its length until it snaps. This measures how strong the material is along the print direction. The best case scenario of any FDM part. One of these was a twist. Same brand as another, $1 more, marketed as tougher. Watch where it lands. First test. The most expensive wins. Twist spool, second. But the cheapest sits third. 12 kilograms from top to bottom. Whether that spread is worth 5 times the price is what this video is answering. But this leaderboard collapsed when I rotated the same part 90 degrees. Test 2. Layer adhesion. Now I'm not pulling along the layers, I'm pulling them apart. Every filament snapped apart. Pieces flew. Every filament but one. It cracked, but it stayed together. That's what tough actually means. Not stronger but less brittle. This is the result that actually surprised me. Polymaker wins $25. But the $13 spool beat the $60 spool. I checked those numbers 3 times. They didn't change. Price helped in Tensile. It didn't translate to layer adhesion. The filament that just refused to shatter, watch what that costed when I put a screw in it. Test 3. Screw pull out. A screw threaded directly into the printed plastic. Pulled actually until it tears out. Prusa recovers 87.9 kilos, top of the leaderboard. But the second place budget PLA at 85.5. 2.5 kilograms separating them, 20 kilograms from top to bottom. Bambu Tough Plus, the twist spool, $1 more than basic. It came in 12 kilograms below basic. If you watch test 2, you know exactly why. Ductility costs you thread resistance. Same material, different force direction, completely different result. 2 tests left. One of them has a result nobody saw coming. Warping. 15 by 15 centimeters square. All 6 filaments, 0 corner lift. No difference between brands. Moving on. Test 5. Dimensional accuracy. Does the print match what you designed it? The cube is where the gap shows. The $13 spool is more accurate than the $60 one. Tough Plus is the outlier, undersized against the basics. Last test, and the $60 spool doesn't come out ahead here either. I printed a step hole block, holes from 6.4 to 6.7 millimeters in 0.05 millimeter steps. The bit fit in the 6.55 millimeter hole is unneeded 6.6 millimeters. All 6 passed. 5 tests done. Now let's crunch the numbers. I scored every filament across all 5 tests from 0 to 10, proportional to the best result in each category. Here is what that looks like when the price is ignored. Polymaker wins. Budget PLA is second. Prusa $60 on the third place. On physical performance alone, you could make a case for Prusa. It won't tensile, it won't screw pull out, it's competitive. Now add the price. Prusa dead, last. The $60 spool, the one that won 2 strand tests, finished last when you factor in what it cost. The $13 budget PLA went from the second place to the first place, by 9 points. That's what $60 actually bought. 2 tests win. Last place overall. One more thing. Bambu Plus finished mid-table, but it was the only filament that never shattered. Every spool, 3 pieces. Tough Plus just cracked and held together. Every break test. If your part takes impact and you can't have fragments, that's not a mid-table result. That's the only result that matters. Don't assume that expensive filament is better. For more RC and maker work, the $13 spool is your answer. If you need more strength, just go with PETG or nylon and it will be much better. Will I ever buy the expensive PLA filament?
No, God! No, God, please, no!
And that's it. Subscribe if you want to see more experiments. Cheers!